Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know.
Hello YouTube, it's your girl Kimberly. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. In this video, I am going to talk about beauty brands that everybody forgot about. They're still in the store, you can still buy them, but people don't really talk about them as much, and they have very much so not been in the zeitgeist of the beauty community, whether it's in YouTube, TikTok land, or real life. So if you want to see the list and hear more, keep watching. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I absolutely appreciate it. It means so much. Please subscribe to help support the channel. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and in order to reach that goal, we need you to be a part of the crew. So hit the subscribe button if you like this video, like the video, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be first to know when I post a new video or when I go live. So let's get started. We're back. A little YouTube magic. I feel like I needed more blush. Like I had some blush on, but I really needed to put it on. So we're back with more blush. So brands that people have forgotten about. Is this 10 on the list? Number 10, Bare Minerals and Buxom. So Bare Minerals was a foundation brand that became popular way before the days of going viral based on their infomercials. They had a really simple step process to apply your makeup, and they were at the beginning of the greenwashing movement of makeup, where companies pretended that their new version of makeup is like healthier and better than the toxic crap that's on the shelves. Meanwhile, a lot of it is very similar anyway, but this was when people were becoming more health conscious, thinking about what they were eating, that they were wearing, how they're treating the environment. And Bare Minerals is like, this is going to be a natural, healthy way for you to wear makeup and you're going to look great. They have a lip product brand Buxom, because their whole brand was powders. At first they didn't want to come out with like cream or lipsticky kind of too many products, so then they came out with Buxom, which was supposed to be like the fun younger sister of Bare Minerals, and they had all these fun lip glosses that people absolutely loved, because they had all these different colors, plumping, regular, glitter. It was like really fun and a good time, but unfortunately it did not last. With Bare Minerals makeup, people started realizing that with liquid makeup you could just have a much easily more perfected look that didn't look cakey. And for people who had oily skin, you know, the powders were great, but for people who had dry skin, it was like it was clinging to patches. I got to do a lot of extra skincare steps in order to make the powder makeup look good. And also, you could get it from the stores. So the mall where I grew up by had a Bare Minerals store, and then they had like the Bare Minerals makeup artist in there, and they would do your makeup using the Bare Minerals. So because I had access to that, I did see it more so, and people bought it more so, and even I purchased from that store. But I do know for other people, they would call through, I think it was like QVC at the time, or just the infomercial number, and they would order Bare Minerals that way. Because the swing away from powders and towards liquid happened, Bare Minerals they did come up with a liquid foundation, but the first one wasn't that good, and then the subsequent ones were better, but at that point people weren't really trusting them, and I think they've just struggled to create like a full evolved brand. There are some people who really like it, especially the people who really believe like the claims of it being better and healthier. But my whole thing is, I feel like there's other vegan, cruelty-free, less chemical makeup that performs better and is more shade inclusive than Bare Minerals. So Bare Minerals is really just holding on by a thread, and I'm curious to see how much longer it stays in stores before it becomes like a strictly, you just have to go to Bare Minerals to get the things, because in Ulta their section has been getting smaller and smaller and smaller over the years. Like there was a time when it was growing and then it shrunk, and I don't think they're going to be around for that much longer. Next, CoverGirl is forgotten, but I feel like it's not going to disappear. They did have the viral moment with the Chanel foundation dupe, but then you didn't hear anything else from them after that. And the way that I feel like the drugstore brands go viral is by having products that, yes, it has that one hit that one time, but then people are continually coming back to it as one of the greats of drugstore. The yummy glosses that are out from CoverGirl now, a few people I've seen talk about them, but it's very much so only in the beauty community. So when I talk to people who are on YouTube and TikTok watching makeup videos, they know about these CoverGirl glosses. But when I talk to people who are more casual makeup wearers, that they wear makeup but they don't keep up with the makeup news and the latest drops, they did not know that CoverGirl had a whole rebrand and that they came out with these new lip glosses. Like, they had no idea until I was talking to them about it. So I do see the commercials with like the green, clean, healthy foundation and stuff, but the marketing material, like the commercials and the ads, all look very 2017, and I don't understand why they think that's gonna work now. Like, very much seafoam dress running through a meadow. Like, I almost thought it was a Garnier Fructis commercial at first, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, it's CoverGirl. So I don't see them heading down a good road. It used to be the idea that a new celebrity was the CoverGirl for the year, and they just have been straying away from that. I understand you're trying to switch it up, but it's just like, what you're doing is not sticking. And because I'm seeing the way that like L'Oreal and Maybelline are like flourishing, and then like Revlon and CoverGirl are way less prevalent, and then NYX and ELF taking more and more of CoverGirl and Revlon's spot, I don't know, it's not looking good for your girl CoverGirl, I have to say that. Next we have Makeup Forever. There was a time when Makeup Forever was one of the top brands. You would put MUFE in your video title and it would skyrocket to like thousands of views within hours, because that is the product that everybody is excited about and trying out. That HD foundation original formula had the girls in the chokehold. I had it too. I even had the wrong shade because I was in between two shades, but at the time $45 was too much for me to pay for one foundation, let alone two. So I was making it work with that one shade, you know, add some bronzer drops, make it darker, or Cover FX drops at the time. Oh my god, what a time to be alive in the makeup world. But Makeup Forever, everything, people love them. They had the little color cases that were before like the Made by Mitchell one, but that color case from them was expensive, so a lot of people didn't have it. The eyeliners, the little paint pots that they had, aqua paints I think they called them. There was so many products from back in the day, Makeup Forever, that were just so sought after, talked about. You would see the Makeup Forever artists in Sephora, and people would be trying to talk to them and take pictures with them and stuff and ask them questions, and it's just none of that anymore. They have these lip liners. I did try the HD Skin foundation. I absolutely loved it, but I did not purchase it because I needed a matte foundation, so I ended up buying the Dior Forever matte because I was going to Texas. So I was like, dewy foundation in Texas, I might as well just jump in the water. What am I doing here? But yeah, so I didn't end up getting it, but I am eventually going to go back and purchase it. But I just feel like Makeup Forever, especially I go to two separate Sephoras. One Sephora I go to, the Makeup Forever is on like a short like half bay that is in the middle of like all these other sections, but then the other Sephora I go to, there's a full extensive Makeup Forever bay that is all four sections with all the products. So they're in two different areas, so I guess based on like demographics and stuff like that, maybe that might be a part of why it's like that. Also in New York, these three Sephoras are within stone's throw of each other in the same area, so they're probably figuring if we put a full gondola of Makeup Forever over here, or a full like 4 extended bay, we don't need to put it that much in the other stores because you could just literally walk, because it's like a couple of blocks away from each other because I walk it all the time. But yeah, so I don't know what Makeup Forever is going to do. It's not that they don't have good products. It's just that they don't want to play the influencer game as much as everybody else does. And they don't want to pay for excessive like marketing and ads, because technically it's like we're the makeup brand for the makeup artists, and the makeup artists know we're the best. So that's what's most important. But also it's like, I think in my opinion, in order to have a fruitful makeup company business, you're gonna have to have, even if you do have that artistry pro lane, you're gonna need some, and they're doing it well with the lip liner, it just isn't transferring to the other products. But it's like you need the everyday beauty person who spends more on prestige beauty to be buying your brand. Because honestly, if you compare the Makeup Forever things to a lot of the other brands, they are comparable or better. So it's not so much that their products aren't good, it's just that I think they are just struggling with connecting with their core audience and telling their brand story to be able to attract new people. Next we have KVD Beauty. KVD Beauty, remember the Good Apple foundation? TikTok famous, and see how that has fell so fast. And that's the thing that always gets me with the viral makeup from TikTok versus when things used to go viral on YouTube. When things went viral on YouTube, you knew for at least a good solid 6 months people were still going to be talking about that product. They were going to show you them hitting pan. They were going to be using it in all their Get Ready With Me, and you would constantly see it because it had that huge popularity moment. TikTok is here today, gone tomorrow. The coolest, best brand that everyone's talking about is the one that's paying the biggest influencers the most money that day, that week, and that is what is most popular until the next payment for everybody. And then they're all going to switch to the new gummy gelatin foamy setting powder foundation. Like, it doesn't even matter what it is. They're just like, you want me to push it? This is what it is. So and best case scenario is an actual good product. But yeah, I don't know what KVD is gonna do, because the whole brand, the fact that they kept the letters and tried to make it into some new name, that was the worst idea they could have done for their brand. They really should have just scrapped the whole KVD moniker, everything, and they should have just launched as a brand new brand. Because if the brand story is this woman who was so weird that y'all had to go and get rid of her, but then we remixed it to make the best of what we could with what we had, that's not a story worth investing in or spending money on, which is why I think they're struggling. Next is Benefit Cosmetics. Benefit Cosmetics, I used to love Benefit. Like, I went to the Benefit Brow Bar to get my brows done. I used to buy all the products and the pomades, and I have 4 eyebrow hairs, so the fact that I was this invested in their products is hilarious. But I used to love Benefit products, and then they started coming out with the foundations and the this and the that and the complexion and the blushes, and they always had the blush and the highlighters, but they were never pigmented enough for my skin tone. And then with the Benetint and the cherry tint and all that stuff, it's just too much of a learning curve. I don't work that quickly to be able to blend it out before it sets in your face and stains, and I just did not want to have to deal with that. So eventually I stopped getting my eyebrows professionally done, because I'm like, I literally have 4 eyebrow hairs and I'm paying like $30 to $40 to get these done and tinted and this and that, and I might as well just do it myself. And then there was a point where I was addicted to the high-end brow pencils, and I would just only be like, Benefit, Anastasia, that's all I use, that's all I use. And then I went somewhere and I ran out of brow pencil, and I used the L'Oreal Brow Stylist, and then I stopped using high-end brow pencils. Because I'm like, at the time, that was $9.99, and I think Anastasia was like $25, and Benefit was like $25, and I was like, my brows look exactly the same. No one could tell whether it's the $9 pencil or the $25 pencil. And because of that, I think the Benefit brand is struggling. I think the brow bar seems to still get traction in people in New York, I will say that. And a lot of times it's because I don't know what they call them, but the people who work in the Benefit brow bar are very nice. They give amazing customer service. They give you education in terms of like take care of your brows and what you should do, what you shouldn't do. If you do want to get facial, then this is the day when you should get your eyebrows done and how many days you should leave in between, and they give you a lot of information. So that is what always used to keep me coming back to the Brow Bar when I lived closer to it and it was more convenient. They have less locations where I am now, so that's kind of why I fell off of it. But those people are really, really good, and they need to figure out some kind of way to translate the education, warmth, and great customer service from those people into the rest of the makeup brand, because they do have the representatives inside of Ulta. They do have these stores, and it's like you just need to make them beacons of fun times, so that way people will remember that with your brand and they'll love it, because I have not seen anyone say anything about Benefit in forever. Maybe once in a while for a mascara launch, but besides that, nothing. Too Faced just got boring. And honestly, Too Faced had the kitschy, sexy names, and in terms of the brands that do that, NARS has better products. So it's just like, okay, you're stick with the names, someone else has it and their products are better. You keep doing insurance, born this way, chocolate, peach. Like, it got really repetitive really fast. And now it's just like one among many. I do know the Born This Way foundation a lot of people still like, and the concealer, so many people still use the concealer, so I feel like those hero products are what's keeping them holding on. But I haven't seen anything from Too Faced in years that is anything to be excited about. Next, Smashbox did come out with a liquid foundation that some people really loved, but then they kind of went right after the foundation launch and didn't have anything else exciting after that. I was hoping that the way that MAC has came back, where they had like the MAC Stack mascara and then those little lip balms, and then we came back with the new reformulated some of the foundation based products, and now we're coming out with these nude mattes, and it's all about the nudes and send nudes and all this kind of stuff. And it's like they had a strategy for bam all these back-to-back launches to help relaunch the brand and introduce it to new people and to make it fun and exciting again. And I feel like Smashbox did not take advantage of that one foundation that they had to build off of it to make like more things. And I don't think anybody is like overly excited or think that their things are like really cool or good, and I don't know how long they're gonna stay around. Estee Lauder. So it's actually funny, in numerous videos that I've already created on this channel, I have very much so shared my sentiment that Estee Lauder is being propped up by that Advanced Night Serum and Double Wear Foundation. Sorry, Double Good's the popcorn. Double Wear Foundation. I feel like those two products are single-handedly the two of them. It's like this is the whole Estee Lauder makeup brand, and it's Advanced Night Repair Serum, that Double Wear Foundation, and maybe the creams. People love the eye cream from Advanced Night Repair, so a few other Advanced Night Repair products. Those three things are keeping the whole brand up, and that does not make sense. Like, they have eyeshadow, color, mascara. There's no category where there's not an Estee Lauder product, and the fact that there's only 2.5 things that people know y'all for is not good at all. And granted, I understand that you don't want to start overly relying on the influencer game, because we can see this Charlotte Tilbury's with the makeup lipstick mystery, and you don't want to go into that end. Or like Morphe, you have one influencer that does something inappropriate and it takes your whole brand. But I do think there's a lot to be said for a healthy mix of, we do PR, the people show the things and they talk about us, and we're also a legacy brand with all these hero products. And I feel like Estee Lauder needs that mix. They need to get in the room and figure out what they're going to talk about, what their story is going to be. And they definitely need like some kind of multi approach where they're talking to the older boomer silent generation who's like, you always use Estee Lauder and this is why your skin is good and why you look good now, keep using it. Speaking to the millennials and Gen Xers to be like, listen, you're aging, you don't look like how you used to, but you want to keep your makeup on point and use high quality products. There's a reason why your mom and your grandma use Estee Lauder, you keep using this too. And then to try to speak to the lightweight, barely there skin tint kind of makeup to this newer generation, and then have like a three-pronged approach to talk to all those audiences. Because Estee Lauder, I don't know who you're talking to now, and the counter people, I remember back in the day, the counter people used to be beat for the gods. Their makeup used to be on point. You used to walk up to their counter not even necessarily thinking of I want to purchase makeup, but more so like your makeup looks amazing, so clearly I need to pay attention to what's happening at this place because you look good. And the people just don't look like that anymore. Now they really look like they're just like tired regular mall employees that just happen to be wearing all black with the name tag for this makeup. And if you're still gonna have those people there, you should use that as a launching off point to attract people, to get your sales, to do the things. I mean, granted, you do have the Sephoras and the Ultas and the other partners, so I don't know if that's like a conflict of interest, but start there with your rebrand, Estee Lauder. Next we have Clinique. This is the heyday of the barely there natural good for you makeup, and Clinique is not taking advantage, and I don't know why. Like, all of these brands, in the words of Nicki Minaj, they're all her sons. Like Glossier, Rhode. I'm not going to include the Asian brands because there's different trends and stuff that happen over in Asia, but the American ones, they're definitely, Clinique is the grandma, and they're all her, probably like, who would be the mom? I don't know who the mom would be, but the grandbabies are definitely Rhode, Glossier, and all of those little brands. And I don't understand why Clinique didn't just hone in on the barely there makeup. Like, that was your zhuzh, that was your market, everybody loved you, you had the upper hand. All you had to do was change the packaging to make it more modern and play a little influencer game, and you could have been on top. So Clinique, I don't know why you missed your heyday. And the thing is, now the pendulum is starting to swing back with the put the makeup on if you want it to look good, and we're gonna start going. I've seen so many soft glam, everything is soft glam now. We're going back in the other direction, and it's like Clinique really should have took advantage when we were at the natural makeup, because now that we're heading back to the full beat, it's gonna be so many years of full beat that they're gonna have to wait until the full cycle comes back around to the barely there makeup. And will they still be like financially solvent then to take advantage of it? So take advantage when it's on the way out now, and be like, some days you want heavy makeup, on the days you don't, wear Clinique. Like, we need the messaging, we need the things. And last but not least is Bobbi Brown. I love Bobbi Brown Stick Foundation. That is the product that started my obsession with stick foundations. I absolutely think that is one of the best holy grail hero products to date from any brand. But because she's not involved with the brand anymore, it's very clear that they don't have a leader, like a makeup leader, to be like, this is my vision and this is what we're doing. It feels like it's run by suits and that they just are floundering. When I saw that Powerpuff Girl collaboration, I'm like, ain't no way. You're looking at the mathematical, we see who walks up to the Bobbi Brown gondola in the stores. There's no way that you thought that they cared about Powerpuff Girls. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Powerpuff Girl cleansing oil, highlighter, and then like some other product that y'all already make with little stickers of the Powerpuff Girls on it. Like, no. So that was really heartbreaking, because it's just other brands, it's like you can see they're trying but they're struggling, but it literally looks like Bobbi Brown was just throwing spaghetti at the wall with that. They look like they did not even care, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is heartbreaking. So unfortunately, that is the list of the brands that you guys all forgot about. If there's a brand that you think should have made the list and didn't, put it in the comment section below and let me know why you think that no one is talking about them and why they're forgotten about. All right, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a